Talk stocks. We'll talk some stocks.
Because Nick's already got their articles going up.
We'll
over
talk
here.
stocks. Huge thing.
I think the biggest thing that
Pitching.
we're all that too. I was gonna start with the Mookie Betts situation. Who you think
We'll
should
save
price
some of that.
him?
We'll save that for a little bit.
Let's go with pitching.
Yeah, I gotta go with pitching first.
All right, Nick. You started off. You got the articles up. What do you
So
think about pitching?
The past couple of weeks, obviously we know Rick Porcello left. That's one of the biggest downsides to that is he had a down year, but yet still put up numbers. I mean, we have Eduardo Rodriguez and stuff like that, but I mean, I think at the same time.
He had a big year this year. I liked his performance.
I mean, I just think, talking to Dave before we began the podcast, Porcello's pitching style is a little different, though. You have to look at him as more of a pitch-to-contact type pitcher, in my opinion. He does put the ball in play a lot and just relies a lot on the defense. He's not that kind of ringer strikeout pitcher, in my opinion. I just see him as a contact pitcher, in which case the defense, they got to just pick up the slack for him, but keeps the game interesting.
No, I totally get that, but then
Price may be on the move as well, from understandings.
I would have to say, all right, still sticking with pitching though, is the David Price situation. There's speculations of him going to Toronto, going back to Toronto.
Then the question is, what do you get back for in return from Toronto?
You're gonna get either one, shitty prospects. You have to eat up money, period. I don't like the guy. I don't like the player. It's just a bad taste in my mouth.
I mean, with him with Dennis Eckersley, man, like the situation. With him, it's like you're disrespectful to the greats that were before you. I mean, you're trying to be a great, but you don't go after one of the best pitchers that Red Sox have had. Like he's one of the guys that you would probably want to go to, and look at him for, what do I do? I need some help with, can you pick apart what I'm doing wrong?
Yes.
I think the biggest downfall for me this season was Sale. Amazing season when he first came over.
Yep, that in the World Series.
Yeah, he did phenomenal, and all of a sudden, just down the tubes.
Well, the guy's a fucking basket case to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely a basket case, but when you can do seasons like that, I mean, you earn the right a little bit. Yep. He couldn't have been crazier than, what's his name? We had a pitcher not long ago who shaved his head, had like a mohawk, and then he freaked out. I think it was, I want to say it was, I can't remember his name either, but we traded him.
Fucking cat.
We traded him. The point is, I'll have to look it up a little bit later, but...
Jake Peavy?
No. Was it Buckles? It wasn't Buckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Buckles.
That was Buckles.
The one who looked like he was doing drugs.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, that was Buckles.
Clay Buckles. He made a return last year, though.
The fucking walking stick figure.
Yeah, he was crazy psycho. I mean, we've had some unique pitchers. Look at Pedro. I loved Pedro Martinez. Just the presence he brought when he was in there, even whether it be on the bench or in the bullpen, he was dancing, singing. Yep. Him, Manny, and Poppy were like my go-to. I loved that era of Sox. That was the best era we had, in my opinion. Loved it. I honestly, also, big issue for me, they need to get rid of Pedroia. Enough's enough.
No, I don't. That's
I agree.
One of the things, that's what I was going to bring up is, but to the pitching part is, you let Rick Porcello go to the Mets on a 1-year deal, and then you bring in a guy from the Minnesota Twins. Right? You bring him in, I think they got him for a 1-year deal also. Martin Perez posted up a 10-7 record last year and a 5.2 ERA over 32 outings. 29 of those were starts. How do you go from a Rick Porcello type guy to a Josh Beckett type guy?
Here's the thing. You gotta look at this. This is again this is gonna be a tank year.
Yep.
This coming year is a tank year. You are going to absolutely drop the ball. For one, you need to get something from Mookie Betts if you're gonna let him go.
They better.
Or you're gonna have to sign him to something less. he's not worth the Mike Trout fucking deal that he
absolutely.
wants.
Not
to
yet.
get.
Not yet. No.
He wants to get
Mike
the Mike
Trout wasn't
deal.
worth the Mike Trout
Yes, I
deal,
agree.
in my opinion.
Is Mike Trout potentially that money? Yes.
He's still pretty
Mookie
young,
Betts?
you know?
No, absolutely not.
He had that breakout year, but he did not.
The thing though is you got to look at it as a tank year. That Jackie Bradley signing, not worth it. The guy is not worth $11 million. I'm sorry, he's not worth $11 million. Absolutely not.
Bogarts.
But, I mean, if you look at it this way...
Bogarts I liked. He is one of the top players that we had this year.
I used to call him Boogers because he was a train wreck when he'd get up there first.
When he first started playing here, yes, but he is adapted.
And
He's
JD kind
gone
of
a
screwed
lot
the
better.
Sox by staying on.
I mean,
I
but
don't
you
mind
got to
it.
think, though, right? You already paid a big bat.
Yeah.
You needed a... Get the hell off me, kid. Get off me. The fuck? You got to think, though, is you needed a big poppy type guy. JD Martinez is your big poppy type guy.
Who do you think that is? D Hams in the chat.
D Hams.
They're taking the chip this year.
You got to think about it, right? Is you have Mookie, that's still pretty young. I mean, he had a down year in home runs last year? He had a shit ton the year before. Everybody on the Sox had a down year. If they keep Mookie, they keep everybody intact, they get a little bit of pitching, we could still contend.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're I don't think this year is a tank year. I would say 2021 if they don't trade Mookie but let him walk in 21. That's definitely a tank year because then you could have JD Martinez opt out. He's gonna definitely opt out at that point. Unless you kept Mookie and you signed him to a long-term deal, JD will stay. After that, he'll walk if you let enough people go.
I'm a little disappointed with Benintendi this year.
He's in those trade talks though to get rid of Price.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to see him go, but he's not had the years we really want him to, and I think that he's a great outfielder, absolutely superb in the field, but his batting is not where it needs to be to make him worth money.
He's average though. If you look at it, I'd rather keep Benintendi than Jackie Bradley.
Oh, so would I.
Agreed.
I just want his batting to improve if we're going to keep him or pay him
especially if you're
going
to stick him in a top slot.
Yeah.
If you're going to put him in the number 1 or 2 spot to lead off. I mean,
his fielding is superb.
That's a Mookie spot right there.
And that's, again, the only reason why the Sox are keeping Jackie Bradley. Guy made a couple of flashes with a glove. That's literally the only reason why he has been, re-signed. The guy's not worth the $11 million. With a 2.36 fucking with a 2.36 batting average, that's not worth it. Sorry.
No, it's not. He definitely, in my opinion, Benintendi should focus on upping his hitting. I think his fielding's already where it needs to be. It's just he definitely has to get to the cages and swing a little bit more.
Yes.
Jackie needs to go, unfortunately. Price definitely. I'd like to see Price go without taking half of our team with it.
Fucking God.
The question is, do you keep Sale? Do you shop him? Do you?
Sale was injured. You got to
Well, that's
look
what I'm
at
saying.
it.
But
Injured.
do you take the risk
Injured.
and let him stay aboard?
He's a fucking basket case. The guy's losing it on the fucking mound. Period.
Because once
He did
pitchers
what?
usually get
I didn't
hurt,
see him
he
go a
wears
single
his
game
emotion.
while you're going like past six innings.
and I think once they get injured
didn't see any
pitchers, it's
performance
very
like that.
rare that they don't re-injure themselves. So.
You got to look at it this way: is that he takes it to
You're
heart.
drunk.
He's on himself, and it's better you're on yourself. I mean, yeah, there's one thing from not showing it on the field, but I mean at the same time though, shit, at least you know that he loves what he does and he needs to buckle down and do what he's got to do.
I
But
think
if you're
the
not,
biggest issue though is, do you want to take the risk of him becoming a Pedroia case? Do you want someone who's gonna possibly continue to re-injure themselves? Because he doesn't know how. In my opinion, I don't think he knows how to sit and rest. He wants to pitch and pitch and pitch.
But that's the reason why they shut him down. I mean, if you look at it, they shut him down. If you look at it compared to what everybody did in the World Series to coming into last year, everybody should have knew that it was going to be a down year because everybody pitched way more than what they should have done. And great, you did it, shit. But now you got to look at it, whereas we don't have enough downtime compared to football and stuff like that. Like, yeah, they have like 4 or 5 months off.
Mm-hmm.
In your baseball, you have at least 2.5. So I mean, you got to think, you try to rest for a month. You know, you got to get right back into it again. You don't have that time to let your elbow.
The other thing is how do we look at the relief situation? Do they need more relief? Do you think we need better starters?
Well, we picked up another one. You know, I mean, I don't think it's
the biggest thing right now is a relieving pitcher, middle of the pack guy. Period. End of story. You can probably go look at a closer, but that is not the number one priority. Your number one priority is going to be relieving pitchers, and it's something that you're not going to be able to find for a while. I mean, unless if you're doing trades here and there, unless you stuck a starter back there who can pitch more than 2.5 innings.
Oh, absolutely. I just, my concern is, do we have the starters to even worry about the relief? Do we have the starters who can hold their own?
The bullpen right now is at a point where it is. All the starters have to go 6.5 innings.
Do you do what a Yankee situation does and just spend all that money on that pitcher that they just
You're the Sox, why not? You're the Red Sox, why not? The Sox are always they've always been a big ticket. They've always been a big market team.
Well, you also got
a lot of people want to come to Boston.
Yeah, well, the other thing is you got the new guy. The new guy is the general manager, or whatever his name is.
Honestly,
you got eyes on him. That's why you have.
Honestly, I just see it this way: is
you also
where
gotta watch out for the luxury tax. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yankees didn't care about the luxury tax.
No shit.
Dodgers don't care about the luxury tax.
Look at Staten's fucking contract with them. Garrett Cole's contract. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I mean, who cares if you gotta get hit with a fee and you gotta pay a little bit of tax? You have the goddamn money. You have the revenue.
Just check the prices at Fenway.
Exactly. I mean, look at the ticket prices compared to the last 3 or 4 World Series.
They were cheap back then. Now they're getting expensive. Your beers are expensive. It's a mess.
You have the money coming in, and there's no way that you can't tell me that you do not see one person in Boston wearing some type of Red Sox hat, even if it's those ugly dad hat looking ass things, man.
There was something I saw not too long ago. Your top 5 national, worldwide teams: Yankees, Red Sox, Cardinals. I don't know, probably San Francisco.
San Francisco, I see a lot of people with San Francisco hats, yeah.
You're a big market team.
I'll go play for
regardless,
the Sox.
you have to look at 04. You're going to pull up the 04 roster salary.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the biggest salary teams in Sox history.
While he's doing that, I'd like to point this out. Where would you send Mookie if we had to send him? Who would you want to acquire for someone of him? We're definitely saying that he's not worth the Trout money, so who would you actually say we would get in return for someone like Mookie Betts?
Maybe Cleveland?
Do you get like a 2-person for one? Do you get...
I'd probably go for a 1-for-1 deal with Cleveland.
And
No, we were ranked second. We were at $127 million on payroll.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And that was with Manny, Pedro.
You're a big market team. Yeah. You need to sign
Noma.
guys, period.
Noma!
Yeah, Noma. Noma. Garcia Parra.
I love
Noma. I fucking love Noma. Dude, he was great.
I just love saying his name. Him and Vitek.
That was probably the longest.
That was Euclid. You had Mike Lowell, Noma, Manny, Poppy, Pedro.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude! I remember those days. I loved that lineup.
Dave Roberts with the steal.
That they had Euclid whenever he would come out, the Uke chant. Oh my God, that was it. That was the money.
Fucking Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, he left. They got rid of him. The Yankees said,
traitor.
"See ya."
Garbage.
The Yankees cut him.
Now.
And I think he's suing him for the money too.
Yeah, he is.
But who would you take for Mookie? Where would you send him? What would you look to get for him?
I still would have to go with.
See, if you look at it right now too, right? 2013's World Series was at $190,000.
Mm-hmm.
You only went up about $70,000, so $70 million. But I mean, if you look at it, where would I send Mookie? I'd send Mookie to.
That year was honestly a fluke year. To be honest. That year was a little bit of a fluke year.
All right, so what's the 2008? Let's look at this.
We signed guys well over their worth of a contract. Johnny Gomes. What was the other one with the fucking beard?
Mike Napoli.
Mike Napoli, Johnny Gomes, Jared Saltalamacchia. I love the guy. He was a good catcher for us, not gonna lie. But numbers wise, batting,
Let's get the Wakefield knuckleball going.
Garbage fucking batting.
The bloody sock, Kurt.
The bloody sock.
So the
Why not us?
the 2018 World Series salary totaled out to be $228 million.
You know who's kicking themselves right now?
So you got to think.
Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Kicking himself.
I agree. The guy's over fucking rated.
And then his
Overrated.
team ended up winning it anyway.
Yeah. The guy's overrated. Period. Washington ends up winning without his help. Phillies.
My thing is,
Garbage.
it's really, aside from the Indians, is there really anywhere you can go with Mookie that you'd get something of value in return, or otherwise you dump in space?
I mean, who wants to take up a fucking contract like that?
That's exactly my
What
point.
are you going to get in return?
I mean, Indians might not even want to do it, to be honest.
But they're still looking to get rid of Lindor.
Yeah, that might be worth it for him, but at the same time, who makes more and who would make more? You know?
Obviously, Mookie.
Yeah, so if you take on
Mookie's
Mookie
still,
and
again,
you get rid of
looking for
Lindor,
a Mike Trout style contract.
you're going to want Mike Trout money. You know, Indians might not be able to bite that.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't make that trade because you're getting a second baseman.
Yeah.
We just traded for a second baseman that's pretty good himself. But if you're looking at it this way, the Dodgers want
it,
right?
You could still flip it around.
So
our biggest issue right now, feeling wise, is probably right side of the field.
Yeah.
So right now, if you look at it, the Dodgers are in talk. You know, you're gonna want to. I would say just trade Jackie Bradley somewhere else, and if you're gonna look at it, you want to get a 2-for-1 deal. You know, or a 2-for-2 deal. You're gonna send them Mookie and David Price. David Price ain't gonna do good in LA. He's gonna get smashed on by a lot of those big time hitters in the NL. So if you look at it, trade him then and give us AJ Polotnik and Cody Bellinger. You get an outfielder.
They're not getting rid of Bellinger. Period.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, you want a fair deal.
Maybe another team, Cubs, Chris Bryant deal.
I'd take Chris Bryant. I would totally do that, but they want to give us Corey Seager. Why would we need another shortstop though? We would need another outfielder.
This is what I was talking about.
So I mean, I would say you need to work a 2-on-1 deal.
This
or
is what you got to do.
Point.
This is what you do.
But look at it this way: who do you rather, Cody Bellinger or Mookie Betts?
I'd rather Bellinger. I'd personally rather Bellinger.
And they want Mookie Betts. They need a center fielder. I mean, you could put AJ
They're
in.
gonna keep up with the two. They're gonna keep up with. There's no way they get rid of Bellinger.
I think the only way it works is if we
Cody Bellinger has been injury prone himself, though. Maybe they like, hey, how do we know he's gonna be good? If you look at it, right, his
I didn't know he's gonna be good.
His postseason stats though. His postseason stats though, right?
Oh, Yelich got fucking injured.
Mookie produces in the postseason though.
I think they need to do a 2-for-2. Send Bradley over there, take Bellinger, and then fucking just get whatever you get from Mookie.
If the Sox trade for Bellinger, I'd shit myself.
Send Bradley over there. That's a right fielder for a right fielder. You got Mookie going over there as well. Send us something.
I mean, Corey Seager had a pretty good year. What, 2 years ago when he was in the home run derby?
I mean, Bellinger's a good catch because he's only 24. So you want young when you go in baseball. Young is always better.
I'd take Jock Peterson too.
I don't want Jock because that sounds really weird when I say it.
Jock.
And he's 27. I don't know. He's left field. We got Benintendi over there. You gonna transfer him to center field? Would he really take?
Benintendi, dude. If you look at it, you get rid of
If you move
Bradley,
Betts,
you can move Benintendi over to.
I might even move Benintendi to center.
Benintendi was center a lot.
Yeah.
The past couple of years.
I would put him to center. And just go with what you can take. I mean, the really big thing is it's hard to move someone who wants such a big contract. And
I agree.
That's going to be the biggest issue that we're bumping into and what people want to give us.
What's Trout's deal? His was like a...
150 million or something
his
per
was
year.
like a 12-year deal, I think.
12-year deal for like 150 million a year or something.
If you can... This is what the Sox are probably going to look for. Maybe an 8-year deal. Probably
they're not, I mean, I don't even see an 8-year deal. I would say a 5 to 6 year deal.
That's probably what they're going to be max.
I'd say 5 to 6 year deal. They're probably going to give him about $250 million. That's what I say that they put out on the table.
All right, so Mike Trout's deal was $430 million.
And how much Bryce Harper get? He got over 5.
He got 10 years too. So 10-year for Mike Trout for $430 million.
Yeah, so then the Sox are going to offer an 8-year deal. They're still going to go. He's not worth a Mike Trout deal.
I still don't think they give him that long.
Deal.
Bryce
He's
Harper
worth an 8-year deal. He's worth probably 6 at most.
Harper did 13 years for $330 million with the Phillies.
I thought there was somebody longer than that. Yeah.
Was
Harper
And
was
the guy
that was
just got
Giancarlo Stanton's deal.
Yes.
Giancarlo, I believe he got like 400.
Yeah. He got like a 400. I think it was like 405.
At the time, he was worth it. You bring him over to New York though. Now you have Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And you hit in front of Aaron Judge, not even behind him.
Yep.
So how much does that really say to you? It's like, here you go, you're gonna hit in front of him. Hopefully the two guys in front of you get on. The way you get your RBIs. The only way you're gonna do well is the second time around the order if the bottom of the order is getting on base.
Agreed.
Definitely. Now, the big thing is, what would you do with Pedroia, Nick? I think it's time.
Yeah, it's
Pedroia, I don't think Pedroia was already talking about retiring at the end of last year. Just do it. Don't even come back. We already picked up somebody else to play second base. We don't even know if he could even do it anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, we got Michael Chavez too.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He's taking up a spot on the bench, and it's killing the roster space.
He's only on the 40-man. He's not on the 25-man roster, so he's not really taking up anything.
I mean,
just a 40-man roster spot.
If you want to play, I'd send him down.
In a minute,
I think I'd send him to the minors if he really wants to play.
I look at it this way.
If he wants to stay with the Sox organization, he has to either go to
Farm league or
he has to go farm league, or he has to go coaches. He has to be a coaching staff.
I mean, we got Veritek, we got Poppy, we got Pedro Martinez. You want to
keep an entire 04 fucking roster as a coaching staff? Go for it. Whatever. Go for it.
Just do it up.
I mean, I'll close it out saying just the Red Sox need to learn to get over that luxury tax and pay people if they want to continue to win. You know, the guy coming in, he did some great things with Tampa Bay, but in a hot ticket place, you got to pay people to play. And if you're not going to pay, then you're screwed.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
You need to start wasting money. I wouldn't say wasting money.
Start shilling it.
You need to start dishing out fucking money to players who can actually play instead of wasting your fucking money upcharging a fucking Fenway Frank.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
It's definitely
upcharge a Fenway Frank. Yeah, let's go for that. And really bring in the customers.
beers and that's it. Right? So. My biggest thing, just get it. Either...
people that really want to enjoy the game are going to do it. People are going to pay for it,
Well,
Agreed.
yeah, but sometimes a lot of people pre-outside. I go...
Hey, you pre-outside. You're going to pay the $15 going into the game because you got to keep your buzz.
Nah, good. I'll make sure it's nice and buzzed. Nick, let me tell you something. It took me how many beers before I embarrassed you all game long? Took me like 2 when I was dancing in my seat, alright?
Yeah, but
I'm a lightweight, so I can get my buzz pretty damn easy.
I think you would still pay that $15 upcharge for a beer,
right
though.
now, with my broke status, no.
Maybe at least one. At least one. That's still $15 they got out of somebody.
Yep. And TD Garden's getting the same way, and they need to fix those fucking seats at TD Garden.
All right, yeah. Let's talk. Let's talk Bruins now. Let's talk hockey.
Over
to Bruins.
Talk hockey.
Hold on, before we go Bruins, predictions for the Chiefs-Bears game. Bears are at home. Who do you think wins?
I say Chiefs. 16-point difference.
Ooh, 16-point difference with the Bears at home.
At home.
At home. What's your prediction there, Dave? Usually good on these.
Yeah. I got the what is it?
The Pats Super Bowl game.
Fucking Falcons game to a fucking T. I'll have to say Chiefs. I'll go Chiefs. I don't know a score yet, but I'll go Chiefs.
I'm going to take the Bears, and I'm going to call it a close game and say the Bears win by a touchdown.
By a touchdown, all right.
By a touchdown.
You're giving Mitchell Trubisky
too
much credit right there.
I'm not giving it to Trubisky. I'm giving it to the Bears defense at home. That's what I think is going to help teeter the game. Because the Chiefs...
Khalil Mack got to go somewhere else, though.
Also, put it this way. The Chiefs' offense is not formidable. Well, I should say their defense. So, their defense has holes in it, and I think Mitch could hang in there at home and try. But the defense will carry the Bears if they win.
All right, let's talk this hockey.